Hi, I'm Venus, and thank you for joining me for this quick video. I wanted to do a really quick video on what exactly a loving cuckolding relationship is. And this video is for single women who are curious to learn about this kind of relationship. And let me start out by saying that about 6 years ago is when I first learned about this kind of relationship from a guy that I met through a dating app. And I had no idea this kind of relationship existed. And when he told me about it, I was just like, wow, mind blown. I couldn't believe that there was something like this because for me, it really kind of fit who I was and am. And so I went into it with an open mind and tried it and fucking loved it. So let me just say that I'm just going to do a quick little kind of blurb, a little overview of what this actually is. But of course, there's a lot more to say. I do host a podcast called the Venus Cuckoldress Podcast, and I have over 30 episodes about cuckolding relationships and all different aspects of it. So there's a lot to say. But let me just say, loving cuckolding relationships in a nutshell. This is what it is. So it is a one-sided open relationship where the woman gets to have sexual experiences outside of just her partner, and so with other men, and her partner, boyfriend or husband, whatever, allows her to do this and is happy that she does this and celebrates the fact that she wants to do that. But yet he doesn't want to do the same. So he's totally fine and totally happy with just being completely faithful and monogamous to her. So it is very much one-sided open relationship. It seems kind of unfair, but it really is not, because this is a gift that you give each other. So the male partner gives his woman the gift of this kind of sexual freedom, this non-monogamy, this ability to really have variety and sexual exploration in her life. And in return, she gives him the gift of being involved in some way. So that can be, him being there watching but not participating, or it could be him listening on the phone, or just her telling him about it when she gets back or before, or having him help pick out her outfit or dropping her off or whatever. There's a ton of different ways of having him feel like he's included. And let me just tell you, for the women out there who don't understand why a man would really like this, it is really fun for him and it's very exciting, and he gets so much enjoyment and fulfillment and just sexual excitement from you having these experiences with others. This is how a cuck's mind works. It's really a beautiful thing. Instead of feeling like jealousy in a relationship destroying kind of way, they feel that kind of angsty feeling mixed with being turned on and everything like that. I call it cuck angst because it is like a mix of emotions that they have, and it's intense and it's overwhelming but it's very exciting and very thrilling. So this is something that you really share together. And this is what I didn't realize when I first started, was I thought it would just be about these kind of sexual experiences that I had with other men, which were really fun. But I was not really prepared with how incredibly connecting this process is with your partner. Like, I've tried to explain it many times. It's a little bit difficult to put words to, but it is a very, very intense kind of emotionally intimate process that you are participating in with your partner. And it makes the feelings that you have already for each other that much more intense, and is a very open and honest kind of relationship. And there's so much in it for both people. So I just want to like emphasize that there's a lot in it for both people. And a little bit about what cuckolding relationships are not. Um, it's not simply a sexual act and role play or something that fun that you decide to try on a Friday night with some person that you were talking to online. It doesn't really work that way. So a cuckolding relationship, the foundation of it is the relationship, and it doesn't, that kind of like magic I was talking about earlier with like the intense emotions and everything that happens and the connecting and the bonding and all that sort of stuff doesn't happen unless you really truly love and care for that person. So that's the key to all this kind of working. So it's not necessarily just some porn script thing you want to role play and act out. It is a real, actual relationship. So it's not about femdom. It's not about like dominatrix stuff, despite what you see in porn. It is very loving and very caring. I mean, sure, you can have aspects of that in some kind of like, you know, that side of the spectrum kind of cuckolding. But for the vast majority of couples who practice this kind of relationship, it is just a form of non-monogamy that's really hot and sexy. So it's not that complicated, and it's not necessarily all about like, you know, BDSM and kink and all that sort of stuff. Not to me anyway. That's my own personal way that I see cuckolding. Others may disagree. So with a cuckolding relationship, the whole basis of it is that it's about her, and he really loves and adores and cherishes her. So there is this kind of putting her on a pedestal kind of feeling within a cuckolding relationship that's unique to cuckolding. And that's where I think you get the difference between like being a hot wife and being in a cuckolding relationship. Being in a cuckolding relationship is entirely about you, although it still is very much a two-way street, but it's really like female focused. That's the best way that I can explain it. So what's in it for her? What's in it for you? If you're thinking about this kind of relationship, you're a woman like, I don't know, this sounds kind of cool. I'm intrigued. I want to learn more. What's in it? What would be in it for me? Like I said, because it's all about you, there is this sense of confidence and assertiveness and you know, a real kind of being sure in yourself. This kind of I would call it like empowerment that happens naturally in this kind of relationship. Every single woman will echo the same thing and say, you know, I feel so much more confident about myself. I feel so much more sexy about myself. And just, I've like, and husbands will say, like, my wife or my, or, you know, if it's a boyfriend and my girlfriend is, she just went through this like transformation and kind of like stepped into her sexual being, her sexual power. And that to me, let me tell you, is an amazing thing to behold. Really, honestly, it is. That's why I love this kind of relationship so much. Being able to witness women really kind of embrace that. It is a gift that he's giving her. And you may not realize that in the beginning, but it really is, because you will take that gift, make it your own, and it become a really big part of who you are. That's a beautiful thing. Okay, so that's a little bit about, like, in general, what a loving cuckolding relationship is. You get your sexual feeling freedom, and it's like having your cake and eating it too. You get this incredible, loving, adoring partner who is like wonderful, loyal, faithful, honest, open, and love and celebrates your sexual side. Like, oh my God, it's wonderful. But you also get the experiences with other people, and that might not seem all that great at first, because a lot of women are like, you know what? I'm happy with the way things are with my boyfriend, or like, I don't know if I need to be acting like, you know, sleeping with all these other guys. But let me just tell you, it's not really about that. It's about creating these experiences to kind of broaden your horizons, and that could look like a variety of different things. And there is something really interesting about having these different experiences. They're not all going to be great and mind-blowing, but you will come across something that is just like, wow, I didn't even know that pleasure on that level was possible. And a lot of women who've been living in relationship like this, they will say the same thing. Like, I had no idea that these kind of like mind-blowing sexual experiences were even possible. And I can't imagine living my life without having experienced that. So that, I think, is a really beautiful thing, being given these different sexual experiences. You might really enjoy just having one partner and it being great sex, but I'm just telling you, there's so much more out there that you might not even realize. So, and that is like, honestly, it's great. Okay, so what kind of woman is this for? A loving cuckolding relationship is really kind of for a certain kind of woman. And there are some general kind of characteristics that I want to list off. So the first is that this is for somebody who genuinely wants a life partner, someone to love, someone to live with, someone to, fall in love with and do all of those great things with. So it's not for somebody who's looking for just like casual dating or, a one night thing or just something just like, I don't know, just that's not serious. That it's not for you. So it's for if you're looking for your life partner and you want this kind of incredible kind of relationship, this is for you. You also, as a woman, need to be open-minded about non-monogamy, obviously. And so if it has been drilled in your brain that the only way to have your partner love you is if he doesn't want you to sleep with other people, then this is going to be really hard to digest. There's going to be a lot of deprogramming going on, a lot of stuff you need to unpack and sort through and change your thinking on, and that might not be the easiest thing. So coming into this with an open mind is definitely key. Understanding the difference between love and sex, and that there can be separate love and sex. It does not have to involve both. You can actually have wonderful platonic, like love friendships with people, and it being an ongoing solid friendship, but still enjoy their body and them enjoy yours, and that be totally okay. So sort of like understanding these things is really important. Having a curiosity to explore your sexuality and navigate new fantasies. That is key. So if you're kind of stuck on one thing and you don't have any interest in learning anything sexually, either about yourself or your partner or their fantasies or your own fantasies, and you're not going to go very far in this. And being honest and being open is key. Like, this is not the kind of relationship for somebody who just wants to cheat and, not tell their partner about what's going on or not involve them or whatever. This is not for you. This is totally not for you. There's no reason to lie. There's no reason to keep something from your partner. This is the most open and transparent kind of relationship that you can be in. Some kind of like bonus attributes for women in this kind of relationship are, if you are like a natural kind of leader. If you're not, it's fine. But I'm just saying it's like a bonus kind of thing. If you're a natural kind of leader, you're assertive, you're confident, and you're sure of yourself. If you're not those things, that's okay. These kind of attributes, women adopt them naturally without even thinking about it as time goes by in this kind of relationship. It just happens. So if you don't start out that way, not a big deal. Okay, a little bit about like why it's important that he is faithful to you. And a lot of women cannot kind of wrap their mind around this, and I understand that. I totally get it. You know, why wouldn't it be open on both sides? Why wouldn't it be just an open relationship, you know, where you each kind of have your own fun on the side? And the thing with a cuckolding relationship, this is the really cool thing about cucks, is that that's not what they want. They don't want sex with some other woman. They really don't. Everything that they could possibly want and get turned on by is all about the woman that they love, and they love her sexuality, her sexual confidence. They love her flirting, her, you know, like showing herself off, and like, or they love showing you off. And that they love, you know, your sexual skills, your prowess, your empowerment, all of that sort of stuff. They get everything they need from that. They are not interested in looking for that in another woman. They just aren't. It's so cool. The mind of a cuck is like, honestly, I find it so fascinating. And so that's why it's important that it is only open on one side, because that's the way he wants it. That's the way cucks love it. That's they're happiest that way. Okay, so that's a little bit about cuckolding, love and cuckolding relationships in a nutshell. I wanted to keep it kind of short, but I hope that helps the women out there who are kind of like, okay, what is this? Let me just tell you this actually before I end this. Do not go online. Do not look up porn. That shit is not real. Is not reflective of what a loving cuckolding relationship is. So if you are genuinely curious about this kind of relationship, be careful where you get your information from, because there's a lot of fucked up shit online that is not at all accurate. So yeah, I thank you for at least taking the time to watch this video. I have some more videos that if you want to learn more, that you can just have a look at. And then if it's something that interests you and you feel like sharing it with other women, that would be really great as well. So again, my podcast is called the Venus Cuckoldress Podcast. It's available on pretty much all of the major podcasting platforms. If you want to learn more, you can also check that out as well. All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you.